Alright, hello folks, it's Jack here from Peach Guitars, and this morning the folks from Boss have dropped off the brand new Katana MKII series of amplifiers. So a lot of people are familiar with the existing range of Katana amplifiers. I'm very excited to announce that there's now a revision to that line, and they basically have just not changed with the form factor too much. They haven't messed with what worked really well in those original amplifiers. What they have done in the Mark II is just add in a few new features that basically make this an even more versatile and usable amplifier for a wider array of situations. So you're going to hear a couple of sound clips in this video of the brand new Mark II 50 watt Katana. There's still the same models in the range as before, so you're going to have 100 watt combos and a head unit as well, which also encompass some of these new features. But really the main upgrades, I would say, are to this smaller 50 model. So unlike before, now you have a few new features such as power amp in, which will allow you to incorporate different outboard preamps or effects units into this amplifier. Now before, on the original version, you didn't have an effects loop on the 50 like you do on the 100 watt versions. So this allows you to interface this amplifier with a couple of different outboard pieces of gear that way. Okay, so they haven't messed with the tones of the amplifiers too much, but what they have done is just increase the options that you have. So as before, you have 5 different amp model options. You've got acoustic, clean, crunch, lead, and then the brown sound, which is like the high gain thing. And what they've done to tweak it up a little bit further this time is they've included all those same 5 amp models, but you now have a variation button, which will just give you a slightly different variant of tone on each of those 5 modes. And I have actually used the variation button on the crunch sound that you're going to hear in this video. And it basically just changes the EQ and the response a little bit, very similar to using a different model of amplifier, of course. So basically, it's still keeping things really simple and intuitive, but it just affords you an extra option if you want to experiment with your tones. So the other big change to the layout of this amplifier, it lies within the effects section. So the Katana originally had some fantastic onboard effects, all the way from different overdrives, boosters, modulations and delays and reverbs and stuff like that. Those are all still on board, but you're afforded even more flexibility now. Before, you shared so controls for different groups of effects with just 3 knobs on the unit, but now you have 5, so you have independent control and can use simultaneously now all those different categories of effects, and you don't have to make any sacrifices choosing one type over the other. And something that's affecting the 100 watt models only is that they've now got a stereo image capability. So basically it kind of spreads out the sound a little more, and you have some very clever technology in there which basically makes it sound much bigger from the same size cabinets, which is really cool. So same deal as before, you can record directly out of this unit. We're doing so today using the headphone recording out jack socket on the back of the amplifier, plugged straight into our recording interface here in the studio. But if you want to get even more technical and fancy, you can record straight out of the USB socket on the back of this amplifier, and that will give you true stereo recording capability too. So as I said before, and I really must stress this, they haven't changed a thing that worked previously before about the original amplifier. It's such a great unit, and they're continuing that lineage today with the Mark II going forwards. So you've still got that real intuitive, easy setup. It's really easy to get some great tones, and I just wanted to showcase that by just getting 2 really good tones, what I thought were good tones today, just to show you what this amplifier is capable of. And I've done so utilizing the 2 onboard presets that you can store. You also have a third, essentially, by bypassing the presets and just being able to use the control panel as it lays out in front of you. So basically you have 3 onboard sounds that you can quickly navigate with this amplifier, making it really simple just to call up some of your favorite tones. And I do think that the touch response and the sensitivity is really important in an amplifier like this, and even for a practice amp, this still really delivers on that. And you're going to hear in the crunch tone that when I roll down my guitar volume, it cleans up and follows me down that different dynamic path, which is really important, and I hope that you'll appreciate that factor in this Katana amplifier. So that's about it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this brief introduction to the new version 2 of the Katana series of amplifiers. Really great as ever. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to find out even more information about these amplifiers, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description box below. Go to peachguitars.com and there you'll be able to see all the fantastic products that we're currently carrying from Boss. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, please, if you've enjoyed this video, give us a like, comment down below with your thoughts, hit that subscribe button, all that stuff. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.